Hello guys, welcome back to the layout. It's the 4th of January 2019. First of all, what I will do is apologise for the lack of videos in 2018. I changed jobs twice, and I had quite a few health issues and that, so that's the reason why I didn't get around to doing a lot of videos. So hopefully 2019 I'll be able to resume work on the layout and bring you a few more projects that I'm going to be doing. So this video is just a bit of a review on what you see in front of you. I have been making signals for the layout for a while now, and I want to be able to refine the manufacturing process, because I make them for my friends at the model club as well. So I want to be able to build them in a better way rather than just using strip board. So most people know what Vario strip board is. It's a bit of resin with strips of copper on, like so. As you can see, I've hacked this one about a bit. That's the way I normally make my signals, and if I just go grab one for you. Here's three actually. So this is the sort of thing that I make. We've got a 2-aspect signal, so red and green. 3-aspect signal, red, yellow, green, and then 3-aspect with left-hand route indicator. So they're all made on strip board, which is alright, but can be a bit fiddly considering the size of the signal heads. The 3-aspect signals are 1.5 centimeters by 7 millimeters wide, so it's not very big. So what I've decided to do is make PCB boards myself. So that requires the use of either chemicals like ferric chloride, hydrochloric acid, etc. I'm not overly keen on going down that method for the price of the chemicals. Yeah, they're not overly expensive, but the amount that I'll use them would make them extremely expensive. So I'm going down the engraving route. Obviously, you know I got my Dremel, but I'm not doing it by hand. I've decided to go via like a proper milling station. This isn't the perfect setup, but it's more than adequate for what I need. So this is obviously my Dremel 4000 series, it's corded, and then I went down to Axminster Tools, or up to Axminster Tools yesterday, just to price them up. There was one of each left on the shelf. Now I could have waited till my birthday in 2 weeks and got them, but I thought bollocks to it. Although I've just bought a brand new locomotive and sent one of my other locomotives away for a modification. Spent a lot of money this last week, which has been not brilliant, but hey ho, such is the hobby. So we've got the Proxxon MB200 drill stand, or rotary tool stand, and the Proxxon KT70 slider table, or compound table they call it. So it's already all assembled and that, so I thought I'd just give you a little bit of a review, just to show you what it's like. So if I raise you up a little bit, and we'll zoom in on the individual areas. So there's, at the back here, there's a machine grub screw which holds this steel bar into the aluminium base plate, and a twist handle at the back here, height adjustable. You've got 2 Allen screws on the back, which I'm not going to faff around with, but you can actually rotate this head, and then you have like the depth cut. Doing it the wrong way really, so you can see. Let's push that lever down, raises and lowers the workpiece, and sometimes you've got to find I've got to pull it back up a little bit. There is a bit of play in it. If I just loosen it up, on this side there is a depth gauge, so you set that to the height you need, so when you're coming down you can get the right depth. Then on the compound table, just if I angle you down and zoom in a little bit, there we go. So we got the 2 wheels. Wheel on the front controls forward to backwards. Very nicely done with 0.mm gauging on it. So I don't know if you can see it there. Zoom in a little bit. So here I'm at 1mm. We'll go plus 1 mil. So it's plus 1mm moved that way. And then the same, if I can do it without zooming out. We got zoom out a little bit. And we got the same this side, left to right movement. So a couple other bits I have bought. They're on their way. One piece has arrived, and that's the Dremel multi-chuck. Move this up out the way. So this chuck is slightly different to what I thought it would be. Basically on a normal Dremel you've got the little collets, if I can zoom in, if I can get it, there we go. This is just an aluminium generic one, and the housing. So basically every time you have a different size bit, you got to replace that piece. With this one, all I got to do is slacken it off, put the new piece in, or the new attachment in, tighten it up. Doesn't matter what size. I can go from, I think it was said 0.2mm all the way up to 3.2mm, which is handy. So if we look back at the compound table, comes with these little step clamps. I could have got a vise to go in there, but I couldn't quite afford it because I also bought these 2 clamps as well. Bought the 2 clamps there, £10 each from Axminster tools, which is quite good. So these clamps, if I position you a little bit more square on, so I can still see. That's one of the clamps falling off. Right, I'll show you the clamp then. So this is the clamp I bought. It's 20mm or 20cm, 200mm, just a sash clamp. But these are quite nice because you can raise and adjust. All you got to do is just give it a jiggle and it'll go to where it needs. So if I can get it back on the way I had it, so what I've done is the Dremel spanner. I come with the Dremel. What I've done is I've just I don't know if you can see it, but I've just very finely shaved off just the inside a little bit, so I can still tighten up the tools on the Dremel, but I can also adjust these screws here as well. So this allows you to clamp your piece in, and then depending on the size of it, use the step pieces to clamp in whatever you need to do. So at the minute I'm just using a standard engraving tip. It's not the best, but I do have proper milling bits coming, and just straight off copper clad board, so it won't have the strips or the holes in. It's enough just for me to have a copper sheet on the resin, and I can engrave what I need to engrave. So let's set you up here. I don't have anything sacrificial I can put. Just use this bit of plastic off for a minute. Bear with me 2 secs, I've got some plastic guard over on the side. Alright, this will do. So what I'm going to do is put that underneath. That there. Just so if I do go through that, I'm not damaging the table itself. So let's put it this way. Actually, if I put it that way. So this isn't the best review in the world, folks. I do know that. I'm just doing it just to make a video for 2019, really, and to show you what I'm going to be getting up to. So tighten that up. And it's a bit too far over. Alright. If I'd spin it that way, it's a little bit longer. Alright, what we'll have to do, put this piece at an angle, enough just to hold it. Step in, clamp it down. Sorry I keep getting my head in the way, I just keep dropping stuff, that's all. So, this one isn't actually connected in, but, well, nor is that one, but the pieces are clamped down and that's not going anywhere. So I had a bit of a play with this yesterday, as you can see by the state of the copper. So what I've been doing is I have been lowering the whole pillar until it just touches, and then raise it up about 1 mil. Then clamp the back down, and then what I'll do is I will lower you down and re-angle you. Zoom you in. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but if I turn it on, one thing I will say is that I'm waiting on the proper collet to arrive so I can, because the Dremel's got a plastic thread in, so where it connects into here, I'm waiting for an M19 thread to 20 mil outer diameter spacer to come, but at the minute I've just got a couple pieces of duct tape in there just to secure it up temporarily. So no, by no means is this exactly what I'm going to be manufacturing with, if you can call it that, but it's enough just to test and see what I'm going to be doing. So if I turn the Dremel on, it's going to get a bit noisy now. So you can just see it's just about cutting in. do is we go sideways. And we're through. So that'll do for the time being. It's only a test. Sorry, my arm's in the way. Hopefully it wasn't in the way for that whole thing. I really hope not. And what I've got here is I've got a little double-sided brush from zoom out. From my I can't actually remember what that's from. But it's a little double-sided brush. I think it might have been from my PC mini vacuum or something like that. So if I unclamp it, where do I put that spanner? There it is. So unclamp this one, clamp that one. So I'll zoom right out. So this is what we've done. So come from there all the way up and across. Nice straight line. I know it doesn't look like it because of everything else on the board, but it's nice and straight. To be fair, I went a little bit too deep for what I need, not along there, but that's all trial and error, and I am only using a basic engraving tip. I'm not using an actual milling bit, and when I get the collets come through, that's going to be a lot better, or the spacer even. So yeah, that's going to enable me to build my signals, because if I just grab you signal head, so for my signals, I move the camera in, shaky, sorry, and drop you down. Just need to be able to see the screen. There we go. So this is these are the signal heads that I'm using. I've got 2 and 3 aspect. So hollowed out on the back, the cast metal. So I've got to make a circuit board to go on the back of that and fit the LEDs in. So that's why I'm going down trying to manufacture a printed circuit board rather than trying to use the various strip board, because I can make it a lot neater. I don't know if you'll be able to make out on the back of that one, you can see all the connections. Then on this one, because it's got a root indicator, I've had to put a bit of brass box section on the back before it gets painted up. So this is a standard Hornby decoder plug, or socket I should say. On this one I've used IC connectors. So this is a prototype for the 72A model club. So this one will just onto the baseboard. There'll be another one of these, So all it'll be is, if this is the baseboard, so it'll be plug it down and connect to the wiring circuit. So that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be able to make a lot more videos this year, being 2019. Thanks a lot. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.